His 17th win of the year, had a 7-inning, 1-run effort last time out against Seattle, and his numbers have been very good over the years against the Baltimore Orioles. In his career, Buchholz is 5-2 against Baltimore in 8 appearances. He's won his last 3 starts versus the O's, but his best work came in his first start against them when he no-hit the Orioles in just his second big league start. This season, he shut down the Orioles for the second time in his career, holding Baltimore just 5 hits back on June 4th at Camden Yards. We welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, we've talked about the starter. Now let's talk about the bullpen. Since coming off the DL, Hideki Okajima has been outstanding.
Well, he has been, Don, and this has been an off-season for Okajima. Let's face it, he hasn't pitched the way that he did in the past for the Red Sox. But since coming off the DL with the hamstring injury, he has been very, very good for Boston. You see in 11 games since coming off the DL, a 0 ERA. In 9 1/3 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, and opponents hitting 177 against Okajima. We had a chance to talk to Terry Francona about him earlier.
Just seems a little sharper than before. You can even see, it's like his attitude. He feels a little bit lighter about things, feels good about himself, which is good because, we talked about it for a long time. He's such a difference maker in our bullpen because of his ability to face righties, too.
The manager was brought to you by Bigelow Tea, Terry Francona's green tea of choice. Tonight, the Red Sox deal with Brad Ferguson on the mound for the Orioles. He's 7-10 with a 5.03 earned run average. We're back with more from Fenway right after this. Inside Fenway Park for Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. A victory here last night for the Orioles, and it all starts at the top of their order with their leadoff hitter, Brian Roberts. Missed a lot of the season with injury, and since he's been back, they've been playing very good baseball. The Orioles are 10-7 with Roberts in the lineup this month, and are 30-25 since he returned from the DL on July 23rd. Roberts was placed in the DL April the 12th and missed 97 games with a strained ab muscle. He had played in at least 154 each of the last 3 seasons. Last year, he set a career high in doubles, runs, and RBIs. The Orioles will try to keep it going tonight with him at the top of the order. With an injury update on the Red Sox and more, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Don, Jacoby Ellsbury told me he still has some pain in his ribs in the back, but he said the ribs in the front, he no longer feels any discomfort. He is not scheduled to do any baseball activities until December. For now, he said he's staying in shape and doing non-impact activities like jogging in the pool, using the elliptical machine, and the stationary bike. Now, Terry Francona said there's no reason to rush him back into baseball activities right now since the season is almost over. This Red Sox injury report is brought to you by Fallon Community Health Plan. Contact your broker or visit fchp.org. Don?
Feels like fall from Fenway Park. Red Sox and Orioles are coming your way next. Southwest Airlines, your New England Subaru dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Ford dealers, Cooper Tires, Taco Bell, Hager, and by Bermuda Tourism. We're close to a full moon, but not quite. Tomorrow night, we look forward to a full moon from Fenway Park as the Orioles and Red Sox play Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Red Sox have taken the field tonight, so let's check out the visiting Baltimore Orioles starting lineup. Brian Roberts leads it off. He is at second base with Nick Markakis in right field batting second. Ty Wigginton at first base with Luke Scott, the DH. Matt Wieters does the catching with Adam Jones in center field batting sixth. Felix P.A. is in left field. Robert Andino at third base bats eighth. And it is Cesar Turris at shortstop who bats ninth. Well, in search of his 17th win of the year is Clay Buchholz, who comes into his 27th start. He was 16-7 with a nifty 2.48 earned run average. Mentioned a 229 opponent batting average against him, and last time out against the Seattle Mariners, 7 innings, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits, walked 3, and struck out 6.
The Red Sox defense is 8th in the American League with 98 errors on the season. Adrian Beltre will be at third base. Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Marco Scutero at second, and Lawrence Anderson, the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Ryan Kalish, and J.D. Drew. And Victor Martinez doing the catching for Clay Buchholz.
Umpiring crew tonight, Alfonso Marquez calls the balls and strikes behind the plate. Tim Sheeta, the crew chief, is at first base. It is Tim Timmons at second base. And Bob Davidson, who had the plate last night, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, cool temperatures here tonight, 66 degrees. Breeze out to left field at 12 miles per hour, and the forecast is for clear skies here at Fenway Park. And it is dark here tonight, and it's that time of year. Lights are on at Fenway, and the Red Sox and Orioles play the second game of this series as Brian Roberts makes his way to the plate to get it started. Orioles with a victory here last night. Roberts checking in, hitting at .284, 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Roberts last night 2 for 3 and 2 walks and scored 2 runs, so he was on base plenty, did his job atop the order for the Orioles. Clay Buchholz ready, and the first pitch of this one missing outside, ball 1, and we're underway. Here showed you the numbers for Buchholz off the top. He is 5-2 with a 3.38 ERA in his career against Baltimore. As the pitch misses, and it is 2-0 to Brian Roberts.
It is a little depressing when the game starts now and it's completely dark. You don't have those beautiful sunsets to look at anymore.
It won't be long before, you set your clock again. And
yeah, it gets dark at 2 in the afternoon.
3 o'clock, you just finish up lunch and it's dark. 2-0 pitches in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Well, for Roberts against Buchholz, good numbers, 7 for 17. Roberts pops it up, shallow left out is Lowry, in is Nava, and it's Daniel Nava who takes control and makes the catch for the first out. So 1 down, and brings up Nick Markakis.
Not nearly as windy tonight here at Fenway Park as last night. Last night was really howling from left to right. Very little breeze tonight, and when there is a breeze, it's blowing out towards center field. More like summer conditions here tonight at Fenway than last night.
Markakis in on the left side. As he takes strike 1 over the outside corner. Nick Markakis, starting right field, has been batting out of the number 2 spot at times earlier this year when he was hitting either 3rd or 4th, but has been hitting 2nd. And this year, some good numbers in the season series against Boston. That'll drop in there for strike 2. It's 0-2. Markakis sitting at .400 at Fenway Park this season. And last night, 2 for 4, had 2 doubles in the game, scored a run. Checks the plate, fouls off a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-2 still.
Markakis has had his problems with Buchholz throughout his career. He's a 118 average against Clay.
And he was the final out of the no-hitter for Clay Buchholz against the Orioles. Did it on a curveball. This is on the ground right side. It's Scutero at second base. 2 down in the inning. So 2 down, and it brings up Ty Wigginton. Ty at 249, 20 homers and 70 runs batted in. He's played all over the place, the outfield and the infield, and this year primarily has been at first base for the Orioles. He was 0 for 4 in the game last night with an RBI. At his 20th home run almost a month ago. He's been sitting on 20 home runs. He was back on August the 22nd. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Back-to-back change-ups from Buchholz to start off against Wigginton. Missed on the first one, a swing and miss on the second changeup.
Buchholz at home this year at Fenway Park, 7-4 with a 2.38 earned run average. Has more wins away from Fenway, 9-3, but a higher ERA, 2.57. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Once again, that excellent changeup from Clay Buchholz. This time a little bit more inside to Ty Wigginton, but still down in the zone.
Fastball away, full count. Clay Buchholz second in earned run average, only behind Felix Hernandez of the Seattle Mariners, 2.35 ERA. Major league leader in Florida, Johnson, with a 2.30 earned run average. And Wainwright at 2.45 in the NL as Buchholz with a 2-out walk. So Wigginton down to first base with 2 outs. Buck Showalter coming in here to Fenway Park for first time as the manager of the Orioles, and last night with a victory in Game 1 of the series. There's Brad Bergeson on the mound for him tonight, and the O's certainly have played very good baseball under Buck Showalter. They are 28-17 under Showalter, as Luke Scott stands in, the DH. Scott on a check swing foul that gets a piece of Victor Martinez for strike 1. Ty Wigginton at first base, held on by Lars Anderson, who gets a start tonight at first. We have 2 down here in the first inning. Outside, 1-1 to Scott. Scott last night 2 for 2 with a walk and a couple of RBIs. Inside ball 2, 2-1. Last night the Orioles taking Game 1 of the series, and Daisuke Matsuzaka last night taking the loss against the Orioles. Went 6 1/3, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits. A couple of inherited runners scored in that outing, and Daisuke Matsuzaka taking the loss in the outing.
5 walks for Daisuke in that ball game last night.
A 2-1 pitch to Luke Scott. Outside, ball 3.
It's been a steady diet of changeups, cut fastball to Luke Scott so far on this at bat. And Buchholz falls behind, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Another Oriole who has enjoyed the season series against Boston. As Scott bats now, Matt Wieters waits on deck. 2 down in the first. Scott chops it right side. Scudero's got it on to first for the out that ends the first inning. Done with half an inning. The Red Sox are coming up from Fenway. as the Orioles don't score in the top half of the first as Marco Scutaro stands in. Scutaro takes strike one from the Orioles pitcher Brad Bergeson on the mound tonight. 28th start. As he is 7-10 with a 5.03 earned run average. Last time out, a victory against the Blue Jays. Complete game effort, 9 innings, giving up 1 run. Struck out 3, didn't walk anybody. Scutaro sends one down the right field line. Nick Markakis has it under control and makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. The starting lineup here is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Marco Scutaro leading it off at second base with J.D. Drew in right field. Victor Martinez does the catching with David Ortiz at DH. Adrian Beltre at third base with Jed Lowry at short. Brian Kalish is in center field. Daniel Nava in left, and Lars Anderson getting the start at first base to round out the starting 9. The key matchup is brought to you by New England Acura dealers. J.D. Drew against Brad Bergeson, a .438 hitter, including 2 home runs. Chops one right side of Brian Roberts, who plays the high hopper. And there's 2 down in the first inning. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. No 2 down here in the first as Victor Martinez makes his way to the plate. At 296 with 18 homers, 73 runs batted in. He was 3 for 4 in the ball game last night with a double and a run batted in. And has been hot, riding a 6-game hitting streak. 407 during the 6-gamer, including 3 home runs in the last 6 games. Quickly down 0-2.
Right now, Martinez making a push to be a 300 hitter on a season. 296 coming into the game.
Since being activated on July the 26th, he started each of the Red Sox games, whether it be as a catcher or a first baseman. It is the 42nd start as a catcher since that time, and he had 10 starts at first base, including last night, since being activated on July the 26th. Pitch down and into him, and it evens up at 2-2. Jason Varitek doing the catching last night, and Jared Saltalamacchia talking it over in the Red Sox dugout. Ball 3, full count.
Fastball slider change up from Bergeson as David Ortiz waits on deck, hoping to hit here in the first inning.
Ferguson just 24 years old. Little pop-up flared foul. Full count still. That is 2009 season cut short on July 30th. When he was struck on the left shin by a Billy Butler line drive. Last year he won his major league debut on April 21st against the White Sox. And this year a 7-10 record coming in, but the last 4 starts have gone very well. 2-1 with 1.57 ERA. 3-2 is outside for ball 4, and it's a 2-out walk for Victor Martinez.
The Orioles defense tonight, they're 7th in the league with 96 errors on the season. Robert Andino at third base. Cesar Torres the shortstop. Brian Roberts at second. And Ty Wigington at first. Left to right, Felix Pierre, Adam Jones, and Nick Markakis. And Matt Wieters doing the catching for Bergeson.
So a 2-out base runner for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the first inning. And David Ortiz standing in. The Red Sox DH hitting at 261. 30 home runs and 92 runs batted in. Broken back grounder into the shift. Brian Robertson short to right will throw out Big Poppy and conclude the first inning. Done with 1, scoreless from Fenway. And Yuri Behringer, Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. You hear the latest on the report that Kevin Falk is out for the season. And Naoko Funayama brings you an in-depth look at the Bruins goaltending situation. Catch all this and more tonight on Nesson Daily.
Well, that's not good news. Kevin Falk out for the season.
We're all about it tonight on Nesson Daily as we head to the top half of the second inning. Matt Wieters, Adam Jones, Felix Piet to bat in the second inning. Wieters the catcher. It's a .257, 11 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Buckholz falling behind 2-0. Allowed a 2-out walk in the first inning to Ty Wigginton. They get out of the inning unscathed. 19 first inning pitches for Clay Buckholz tonight. There's a strike over the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Leaders now, Adam Jones next, and then Felix Piet here in this top half of the second inning for the Orioles. 2-1 pitch sails away. Fastball at 94, and it's 3-1. It's already the third batter that Clay Buckholz has had a 3-ball count on. Trying to come in this time with a fastball 3-1. And ends up out over the plate, but fouled off. Full count, 96 on the gas that time from Buckholz. Leaders in the last 19 games really picked it up a notch, hitting at .348 in the last 19 games. Orioles were expecting big things from him this year, and 11 homers, 53 runs batted in for their catcher. Jolts one out towards deep left center field, and it's going to grab some wall. Kicks off the wall to Kalish, who quickly gets it back towards second base, and it gets away, and Wieters is into second base on a slide with a wall ball double, and the first hit of the night for the Orioles.
Well, that ball there was hit very hard by Matt Wieters. He gets a fastball from Clay Buckholz, and you're going to see him rifle this off that left field wall. In most ballparks, that might be a home run. But in Fenway, it's going to be halfway up that left field wall, and the throw back in by Kalish gets by Scudero, where they would not have had Wieters anyway.
So Wieters at second base, nobody out. Adam Jones, the batter. Center fielder is a home run shy at 20 on the year, 19, 64 RBIs, and a .282 batting average for the former Seattle Mariner. Part of the Eric Bedard deal. Jones gets jammed and fouls it off to the right, out of play. Last year had 19 home runs, so Jones has equaled his career high again this year with 19, but has 11 games left to try to get a new career high as he's down to the count 0-1. Drops the bunt down the third baseline. Beltre picks it and fires to first for the out as Wieters takes third base with one out. Sacrifice to Adam Jones.
You could see on the first pitch that Jones was trying to move the ball to the right side. He was unsuccessful. The next pitch, he has the bunt, and he drops it beautifully down the third baseline and advances Wieters to third base with less than 2 outs. So very nice job done by Jones.
Orioles looking to grab a run early in this game here in the second inning. As Jones drops the sacrifice bunt down, it gets Wieters to third. Felix Piet coming up. They realize how tough runs have come by against Clay Buckholz in the past. He had .281, 5 homers, and 25 runs batted in. And PA with the infield playing about halfway. Tough hop, but Scudero plays it. And on to first for the out. No contact play as Wieters remains at third, 2 down.
That ball took a funny skip on Marco Scudero at second base. It looked like it hit at the edge of where the grass meets the dirt and stayed down on Scudero. But he's able to recover quickly, check that runner at third base, and then get the out at first. So now the infield can move back with the 2 outs.
Here's Robert Andino in his first appearance of the series. 267, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in, the former Florida Marlin. And Andino takes strike 1. He was called up on September the 1st. And playing at AAA Norfolk for the majority of the year, 132 games for the Tides. He's 1 for 8 this year with runners in scoring position as he takes ball 1, 1-1. Last year he played in 78 games in the majors for the Orioles and hit .222. A versatile guy last year, playing shortstop, second base, third base, played some center field and some left field after coming over late in spring training from the Marlins. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Change up from Buchholz keeps it down and away from Andino. Andino's only faced play once, and he's 0 for 1 against him.
Just outside, and it's 2-2. And some players you remember for some reason or another, Jerry, and Robert Andino will stick out for me for one reason. He played second base for the Florida Marlins at Jupiter the day we waited 2 hours and 50 minutes.
And that rain delay.
Rain delay to play a spring training game.
That's right.
And it was right after that he became a member of the Orioles, but he waited along with us. That's strike 3. And it's on the outside corner. First K of the day for Clay Buchholz. Ends the second inning. Scoreless after an inning and a half. Last half of the second inning, Adrian Beltre out after the first pitch. Guys went out to right center field, but Markakis is back there to make the catch. One down in the inning. Well, the monster seats here at Fenway Park are maybe the best seats in baseball. Now you have a chance of winning monster seats with Monster Money. It's the Red Sox instant game from the Mass State Lottery, and there are instant prizes up to $3 million as well. Visit masslottery.com now. One out for Jed Lowry. Lowry settling into the shortstop spot on a nightly basis now for the Red Sox. As he takes strike one and the count 1-1. He'll start 11 games at shortstop. There's a pitch missing, and it's 2-1 to Lowry. So for 3 in the game last night, hit by a pitch. 2-1 sent foul. Off to the left and out of play. Nick Swisher with a home run. Jorge Posada with an RBI. Lance Berkman with an RBI. Granderson also with an RBI. It's all off James Shields, and the Yankees out to a quick start tonight in New York. Hard to explain the season that James Shields has had. He's an opening day starter for the Rays this year.
Yeah, it's been a disappointment for the Rays this season, no question about that.
And this is a one-hopper that is off of Roberts and kicks into short right. He's going to run it down as Lowry runs to second and gets there. Roberts in some pain, it appears. That one kicked up and got him and changed direction on him, it appeared. Taylor coming out here for the Orioles.
Now that was a topspin ground ball that just bounced up, and it looked like it got Roberts right in that left shoulder. Actually, it looks like it deflected off his glove. I don't know if he hurt his shoulder after he fell. By the time he chases that ball down, Jed Lowry's standing at second base.
The left shoulder is what they're working on.
Tell exactly where Roberts hurt this, but it had to be when he landed.
He's already missed 97 games this year, and of course that was with the ab strain. This appears to be a shoulder issue, and he is staying in the game as Buck Showalter and the Orioles trainer head back to the dugout. One down, Jed Lowry at second base. Red Sox with their first hit of the ball game. And Kalish standing in, hitting at .233. 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Last couple games he's been batting either first or ninth. It is 7th tonight. And strike one to Kalish, 1-1. Broken bat pop up. And Ty Wigginton takes care of it for out number 2. Let's check in with Heidi.
Well, Don, Brad Bergeson was dealing in his last start, using just 95 pitches to throw a complete game against Toronto. He gave up just 1 run on 7 hits. I talked to his pitching coach, Rick Kranitz, about what he was doing so well.
He really made a lot of good pitches. He got ahead. He only threw 95 pitches, so he made quality pitches throughout. He gave up the 1 home run and then pretty much kept him in check for the most of the game.
The 24-year-old Bergeson has thrown 2 complete games this season. He's turned it up of late with a 2.39 ERA in his last 9 starts. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Yeah, that was his 3rd career complete game, 2nd this year, as you mentioned. As Rick Kranitz mentioned, took just 95 pitches to complete the 9 innings against a pretty aggressive Toronto Blue Jays team. And we just saw 9 innings, 7 hits, 1 run in that outing. He struck out 3, didn't walk anybody. That's a strike in there to Daniel Nava, and it's 0-2 to the Red Sox left fielder.
A couple of fastballs to quickly get ahead of Nava.
Up high, 1-2 to Nava. Ferguson coming in with a record of 7-10 in tonight's action, an earned run average over 5 at 5.03. One-two is to left. PA is not going to get there. Drops in for a hit. Round from second comes Jed Lowry, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Daniel Nava bangs in the run. Red Sox lead it 1-0.
Little two-out magic here for the Red Sox as Nava inside outs that fastball to the opposite field. You see it slicing away from Felix PA. Jed Lowry, no problem scoring the first run tonight for the Red Sox. So Nava picks up his 24th RBI of the season.
16 of those 24 RBIs have come right here at Fenway Park. He drives in Lowry, 2 down in the inning, and here's Lars Anderson hitting at 267. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Anderson getting the start at first base tonight for Boston. As he takes strike 1. He's appeared in 9 of the last 14 games since being selected to the Major League roster back on the 6th of September. And tonight marks his 6th start at first base. Anderson started the year at AA Portland, moved up to Pawtucket on the 29th of April, so basically a month at AA this year. A check on Nava, back to the bag. Anderson in 113 games in his first AAA campaign. He had 262, 10 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Lines this foul down by the tarp and back into the seats. Had 5 home runs in that first month at AA with the Portland Sea Dogs before being called up to Pawtucket. So 15 total home runs this year between AA Portland, AAA Pawtucket. 1-2 is away, and it's 2-2. Ferguson touched for a run here on 2 hits so far in the second inning with 2 down, and the top of the Red Sox order, Marco Scutaro waiting on deck. Broken bat, liner that ends up at short right. Roberts is going to get it. The throw is going to be late. Anderson beats it out, and to second base goes Nava.
Well, you don't see that very often. A very soft line drive over the head of Ty Wigginton at first base. A broken bat line drive. It was chased down by Roberts, who makes a nice effort to get the ball to first base, but not in time to get Lars Anderson. Roberts had to cover a lot of ground to get over there and make that play.
So it's first and second, 2 down, and back up top at the top of the order for Marco Scutaro. Flied out to right field in the first inning. It's outside for ball 1. In there for a strike, 1-1. Red Sox starting the night hitting at .267. That is right now for the Red Sox 7th in the American League in batting average. Top spot in the AL belongs to Texas and Minnesota. Both teams hitting at .277.
Orioles had a pickoff play on that time. They had Wigginton going to first base. And had there been a swing and miss, they would have tried to pick off Lars Anderson. Watch Ty Wigginton come in on the pitch.
On the ground foul, and it hangs at 1-2. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. 2 down here in the second inning. Red Sox on top 1-0. Looking for more with Daniel Nava at second base, Lars Anderson at first base, and 2 outs in the inning. Scudero, the swing and a miss, down on strikes to end the inning, but the Red Sox strike first and take a 1-0 lead. One to nothing. Red Sox on top of the Orioles as we head to the third inning. And it's Cesar Turris leads it off for the O's. Red Sox leading 1-0. As Turris, Roberts, and Markakis 9-1 and 2. Orioles had a chance in the second inning with leaders at third base and one out, but they could not get him in. As P8 grounded out, and then Andino struck out, and it is the Red Sox who strike first with a run in their half of the second inning. .239, a home run, 28 runs batted in. As Turris known for his glove more than his bat. Fouls it off to the left and is down 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. It's been pretty good at Fenway Park this year, though. 9 for 22 at Fenway. .409 batting average. Top of the order, Brian Roberts waiting on deck as the O's bat here in the top half of the third inning. Fly ball out to center field, where Ryan Kalish is stationed tonight, and he makes the catch for the first out here in the third inning. Well, tonight, recognized and inducted into the National College Baseball Hall of Fame earlier this summer was Dave Magadan, the Red Sox hitting coach. He was the top vote getter in the 2010 class of inductees. Of course, he went to the University of Alabama. He was there from 81 to 83, played first and third base for the Crimson Tide, and won the Golden Spikes Award as college baseball's top player in his final college season. Then, of course, went on to play 16 seasons in the major leagues. And the hitting coach for the Red Sox. Honor here before the game tonight. Great honor to go into the National College Baseball Hall of Fame. Dave Magadan. 1-0 pitch misses, and it's 2-0. The pitch to Roberts. It's chopped down the first baseline. Foul, and Anderson on the foul ground to retrieve it. And it's 2-1. The only hit so far for the O's, a double for Matt Reeders in the second inning. And there's Nick Markakis waiting on deck. This is hit harder, foul into the seats. No doubt. It's 2-2.
Looks like Buchholz now starting to get a little better control with his cut fastball. First inning, he missed a number of times with it, but it seems like it's coming around for him now. Last pitch was a cut fastball, fouled off by Roberts.
In the dirt, full count. Third full count for Clay Buchholz on the night. He has walked one batter and struck out a batter through 2 1/3 innings. Ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Brian Roberts. Get all the refreshment you need this season by heading over to the Chill Zone at Cumberland Farms. There you can choose from all your favorite fountain and frozen flavors for just 79 cents any size. The Chill Zone, only at Cumberland Farms. 1 out, 1 on, and Nick Markakis is coming up. A ground out in his first at bat.
Roberts at first base has 11 steals on the season. He's been caught twice. Plus, those numbers without the injuries would be much, much higher than that.
Roberts missing from April 12th until July 23rd. Check and a dive back for Roberts back to the bag. It's at least 30 thefts in the last 4 seasons. At 50 back in 2007, which was his high mark of his career. 50 stolen bases. Played 156 games that year back in 07. Wow, he was taken off, and noticing his Buchholz throw to first base, and he is back safely.
Well, Buchholz had him. He had him leaning towards second base and running towards second base. I think had Buchholz taken a step toward him instead of firing right to second base, they might have had a better chance at him. If he would have ran directly right at him, that would have had him trapped in the middle and then make the decision where to make the throw. By the time he got to second base and then back to Lars Anderson, Roberts was able to get back.
Markakis slaps it foul off to the left, out of play. Nick Markakis, 26 years of age, now in his 5th season in Baltimore. Had 23 home runs back in 2007, 112 RBIs, his best year. Check swing, getting the bat, and fouling it off, 0-2.
Markakis, a very defensive swing here, almost like he was trying to get out of the way of that cut fastball. And does foul it straight back.
This one is chopped foul over by the Red Sox dugout and into it. And league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer, the New England Sports Network. And Orioles career leaders, Brian Roberts is 3rd in stolen bases. George Sisler on top, 351. And Brady Anderson at 307. Al Bumry, former center fielder and Red Sox coach, at 252. Roberts is ahead of him. At what point, as a base stealer, do you say, I am way too tired now to think about stealing a base?
Eventually, you see a guy call timeout or something, dust his uniform off. All that goes into base stealing, boy, I tell you, it takes a wear and tear on your body. Diving back into first base, sliding and diving into second base.
There have been 7 pickoff attempts, and one of them he was 2/3 of the way to second base on, and he had to come back for. This is lined down the left field line. It is a foul ball. Bounces off the wall and then kicks to the corner. And it's 1-2 to Markakis.
Markakis to the opposite field, but you see that ball slicing in the foul territory off the wall.
This will be the 50th pitch for the Red Sox starter here. 2 1/3 deep is Clay Buchholz. Went first, 1 out in the 3rd. A 1-2 pitch. Down and in, 2-2.
Roberts should be more likely to go on the 2-2 count rather than the 1-2. 1-2 is a pitch out count.
Down the line and foul. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Nick Markakis is patiently waiting a pitch from time to time as Buchholz has gone to first base a lot to check on Roberts, who gains his lead once again. Again, a step or two, and Buchholz steps off.
You see right there, Roberts trying to time that delivery to home plate by Clay Buchholz, and Buchholz just holds the baseball. Little jump towards second. That's when Buchholz steps off.
Now Markakis strikes out. Fastball up gets him, and there's the second strikeout for Buchholz. 2 down.
Buchholz going with the cut fastball away, it looks like. Cut it away, starts outside, ends up on the corner, and no contact by Markakis.
2 down, and here is Ty Wigginton. He worked a walk in the first inning, one of 2 walks allowed by Clay Buchholz in his outing. Wigginton lines it to left. Nava back. It's quickly over his head and off the wall. Roberts heading for third base as the throw goes to second. And a bullet off the bottom of the wall for Ty Wigginton. And it's first and third for the Orioles with 2 down.
That was like a line drive going over the head of a third baseman. Instead, it was a line drive going over the head of a left fielder. Just a rocket by Wigginton on a curveball. And Nava has to play it off the bottom of the wall.
He was thinking about leaping up, but it was already by him.
Yeah, it was by him. That was a shot.
So first and third, 2 down, man. Luke Scott coming up.
Talk about third base being a reaction position. Left field, that time was a reaction position.
Roberts at third base, Wigginton at first base, 2 down here in the third inning. It's up high, ball 1. Luke Scott coming over from the Houston Astros to the Orioles. The first time Miguel Tejada was traded to Houston. And of course, Tejada coming back here with the Orioles this year and then ending up in San Diego with the Padres. So this time when he came back, he was playing third base. 1-0 is grounded softly right side. Scudero will go to first base for the out, and Buchholz out of the jam. 2.5 done from Fenway. Red Sox on top 1-0. Stand behind Section 12. Bethersfield Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. It's 1-0 Red Sox as we head to the last half of the third inning. J.D. Drew leading it off. This one skipping in. It's a ball and a strike to the Red Sox right fielder, Drew, Martinez, and Ortiz, featured here in the inning. Red Sox getting to Brad Bergeson for an RBI single by Daniel Nava in the second inning that scored Jed Lowry. Now Drew chops one out to Roberts at second base, who's been busy. 1 down in the third as we check back in with Heidi.
Well, Don, most Red Sox fans know David Ortiz's huge swing is matched by his infectious smile and a giving heart. Ortiz has started the David Ortiz Children's Fund to benefit children here in Boston and in the Dominican Republic who need hospital care. You can help out his charity and take an amazing vacation at the same time by participating in the David Ortiz Celebrity Golf Classic in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, December 2nd through the 5th. Imagine sunshine, white sandy beaches, a beautiful golf course right on the water, and an all-access VIP weekend with Big Papi and his teammates. To learn more or to join in the fun, visit DavidOrtizCelebrityGolfClassic.com. Don?
All right, thanks very much, Heidi. Always a great turnout of Red Sox players. Terry Francona, of course, has been there the last couple of years, and it's always amazed me. Number of friends that David has across Major League Baseball. Robinson Cano was there. Alex Rodriguez made an appearance last year as well. So there'll be not only Red Sox players, but a lot of major leaguers and a lot of all-stars will be there as well. And the Dominican during the offseason. And David has done so much, not only for the Dominican, but here in Boston as well, and continues to do so. The 0-2. Victor will line it to left, and it's right in front of PA for a base hit. And there's the fourth Boston hit off Brad Bergeson, as Victor Martinez is on base for the second time tonight.
We talked a little bit about this in the pregame show tonight, how Victor Martinez from both sides of the plate has the ability to use all fields. And that time you see him take a slider that's away and just slice it and line it to left field for the base hit. 7-game hitting streak now for Victor.
So 1-on-1 on. David Ortiz grounded out to second base in the first inning. It's in there for strike one to Big Papi. Into the shift as they bring his Turris to the right side of the infield. Only Andino on the left side, playing about equidistant between second and third. Fly ball to right center field. Adam Jones, shy of the track, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And Martinez back to the bag at first, 2 down. On Friday at 5:30, joined Bodie Miller and Christine Lilly on the gold medal edition of After the Game, presented by Ace Ticket. Learn more at NESN.com/afterthegame. There's Adrian Beltre. He was 0 for 1. He flied out to right field in the second inning. It's a fly ball into shallow right. Incoming is Markakis. He's there to make the catch that ends the inning. 3 full done here from Fenway Park with the Red Sox on top 1-0.
Discover the wonder at Foxwoods Resort Casino with more than 340,000 square feet of gaming space and world-class entertainment. Foxwoods is North America's largest casino. Come to Foxwoods and experience the wonder of it all.
One to nothing. Red Sox on top of the Orioles as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. And Buchholz back on the mound. 55 pitches deep into his outing. And Matt Wieters leading it off, the tall catcher for the Orioles, who doubled in his first at bat back in the second inning. Rolls it over on the ground right side to Scudero at second base for the first out of the inning. So one down, and Adam Jones will be coming up for Buchholz. He's allowed more than 3 runs just twice in his last 20 outings. And so far tonight has not given up a run as he works here in the fourth inning. He's had to work out of some trouble. Orioles had Wieters at third base with 1 out in the second inning, could not score. Then they had first and third with 2 down and could not score. Jones takes strike 1. He'll drop down a sacrifice bunt to get Wieters to third base in the second inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Two strikeouts so far tonight for Clay Buchholz through 3 1/3 innings. He has walked 2. On the ground, Beltre, and the high hop that comes right to him, and fires to first for out number 2. If you think Uno is only great deep dish pizza, think again. Think flavorful like avocado egg rolls. Think quality like certified Angus beef. Think Uno, way deeper than pizza. Well, with 2 outs here in the fourth inning, there's Felix P.A., left fielder, who grounded out to the second baseman, Marco Scudero, in the second inning. Pitch number 60 of the night for Buchholz. And it's outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 95 on the fastball that time from Buchholz. 1-1.
Yeah, good life on that fastball from Buchholz at 95. His cutter's been 91, 92.
Tried to get the corner that time and couldn't get it. It's 2-1. Looks like the cutter came back to the corner, but home plate umpire Alfonso Marquez not giving him credit for it. As Robert Andino waits on deck. And that's ball 3. 3-1, apparently low.
Looked like a pretty good pitch here from Buchholz. Let's see what the Mika says. Right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Fly ball struck well to deep center field. Back goes Kalish onto the warning track. He leaps, can't make the catch. It's off the wall, and heading for third base is P.A. Throw comes back in, and P.A. will get to third standing with a 2-out triple. Straight away center field. As Buchholz got behind, and the 3-1 pitch gets a lot of the plate, and P.A. gets a lot of the ball.
Yeah, he put a good charge into this one. It looked like Ryan Kalish maybe had one more step before going into that jump. He goes into the leap. The ball gets over his glove. Well, just to the side of his glove, actually. And then by the time he chases it down, P.A.'s on his way to third base. That ball's hit very hard.
So another chance here for the Orioles. They left the base runner at third in the second inning. They left the base runner at third in the third. And here they are in the fourth with 2 down and PA at third base. This time it'll be Robert Andino and try to drive that run in for the O's. Breaking ball missing inside. They're 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position in the game tonight. They were 3 for 7 in that category last night. Andino swing and a miss, 1-1. He was a strikeout victim looking in the second inning. Fouled off to the right, now to play at 1-2. And time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. Besides the Red Sox, which team has thrown 2 no-hitters against the Orioles? Well, the answer for you a little bit later. Of course, Clay has thrown a no-hitter against the Orioles, as has Hideo Nomo, the only no-hitter ever thrown at Camden Yards in Baltimore.
I may know that answer.
The 1-2 is in there for strike 3. Clay Buchholz picks up his third K, picked a pretty good time. Orioles leave another base runner at third. It's 1-0 Boston. Last half of the fourth inning at Fenway Park, 1-0 Red Sox on top, as it is Jed Lowry who leads it off, and a check swing dribbler down the third base line. Andino quickly to it, throws out Lowry for the first out of the inning. We've been stuck on the 9th inning for a really long time.
Haven't we now?
It's fabulous that we're moving to the 10th inning, and Ken Burns joins us. The 10th inning coming up. That is exciting news.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. You know, you'd think that 9 episodes, 9 innings, and 18 and a half hours would have been enough. But that was the last bit of action we described was the World Series in '92, and so much has gone on, particularly for Red Sox Nation, that we had to go back and bring it up to date.
At what point did you say, okay, now we got to do this?
You know, I thought about it after 2004. I'd sworn we'd never do a sequel. I thought about it after 2004. And in 2005, when the steroid scandal really broke out in the open with the congressional hearings, I said, you know, we have to go back and try to make some sense and put some perspective on this very difficult time. And I think we have. And, you know, the good news is we're done with it. A 50 home run season is now a rarity again. And there weren't that many more 300 hitters. Nobody hit 406. Nobody had a 56-game hitting streak. No pitcher won 40 games or 35 games or even 30 games, which would have been the statistical equivalent. We're on the backside of this, and now we can sort of breathe a sigh of relief.
I understand you had an interview with Pedro Martinez.
It's my co-director, Lynn Novick, has the best interview with Pedro, and he just, he's with the Expos in '94, in the Dominican, where we followed the ball players around, and then, of course, with the Red Sox, and just the art and psychology of pitching. He's just wonderful. And he's got some very moving and funny moments where the guy who said there's no crying in baseball, just stay tuned and watch the 10th inning.
I can't wait. I remember when it first came out, sitting there every night going through all of baseball. I'm going back to it now and watching a lot of that. You pick maybe the 4th or 5th inning and watch that. But now the 10th inning coming up. And as you mentioned, the Red Sox play a pretty big part in the 10th inning, as it turns out.
And they do indeed. And we really cover that remarkable comeback after down 3-0, the greatest comeback in the history of our sport, and how delicious it was for all of us.
A walk for Ryan Kalish down to first base. It was the second walk given up by Brad Bergeson. How much do you guys delve into the steroid period? Do you spend a lot of time on it?
Yeah, but not too much. I think it's there, and I think the worst scandal is the exclusion of African Americans, which we dealt with, as you know, in the original 9 innings. Second worst is the gambling. And then I put steroids third because, we're done with it. There are no asterisks next to the 1919 where it says the Cincinnati Red Sox won, and you have to tell a story. And so what we felt starting this project is let's go and tell a story. And we live through it. We think we know it, and I think, have found some nice aspects of this that I think people will surprise people and feel like it's new, that they can re-experience the joy we felt of the home run chase in '98, but also some of the undertow that maybe we all overlooked in the joy that baseball was finally back from the strike and the long ball was king, and we therefore postponed the steroid scandal for way too long.
That's amazing, when you think about it, and we talked about Pedro earlier in your conversations that you had with him, that he pitched that steroid era, and the numbers that he put up in that era are just incredible.
Well, this is what I think, I'm talking to a lot of sports writers who are sort of not coming around and changing, but they're voting for these people because you realize, the Mitchell report says,
stolen base hit and gunned down. At second base is Ryan Kalish, 2 down.
The Mitchell report says that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of players who took. But now, how do you judge this? And there's no asterisk next to Babe Ruth, who never had to fly across the country, never faced a split-fingered fastball, never had to, bat against Satchel Paige or play next to Josh Gibson, who we know one year hit 70 home runs in the Negro League. So there's not an asterisk there, or 1919, or many of the other things. I think we just go on and tell our kids and our grandchildren, what happened in the steroid era, this, inflated stuff, and move on. But I think a lot of these guys are going to end up in the Hall of Fame, and a lot of these guys are not. And it's just going to be the writers deciding, as they do, what's the best course for this.
So what's up next, the 11th inning for you? Or?
Well, God willing, in 10 or 15 years, Jerry, we would be able to do that. And I think I'd start, the prologue would be Armando Galarraga's perfect game that wasn't.
You already got the beginning.
I got a beginning. So, we're working on a film on Prohibition, on the history of the Dust Bowl, on the Roosevelts. We're beginning a big mammoth thing on Vietnam. But I've already told, Bank of America is our corporate sponsor, and we went to them and said, we don't mean to bait and switch, but we got to tell this story of baseball. And they said, and they've been involved in baseball for a long time, sure.
That's the thing. You have done so many incredible documentaries over the course of your career, but you can tell when you go to do this that there's a great deal of passion involved with baseball.
I hope that this film is professional. Lynn Novick, my co-director, is a Yankee fan. We never had a fight. She's as proud of the Red Sox scenes as I am of the Yankee scenes. But I have to tell you, I love this game so much, and I don't even know why there's even an argument. People ask me all across the country, is it still the national pastime? Of course it is. We don't run up and down a field. The ball doesn't score, the person scores. There's no clock, and the defense always has the ball. That's the first 4 of 10,000 reasons why it's the best game ever invented.
Well, you threw out a pretty good first pitch tonight, I have to admit.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you. You're calling a generous strike zone. I wrote down on the ball as I record that it was a little high and away. But I've thrown some. I had Joe Torre come out of the dugout at Dodger Stadium giving me an applause when I threw a pee at the knee.
Here it is.
Oh,
in
no,
case
we
you
have to
forgot
okay,
where
so
the
let's watch
location
it.
was.
Where's the Mika strike zone on this? I think it was a blazing 27-mile-an-hour changeup that I threw. I'm keeping my day job. Let me just say that.
Lars Anderson with a swing and a miss. Who narrates the 10th inning this time?
Keith David, who did our jazz series, who did our World War II, who did our Jack Johnson film. He's just wonderful, great actor, and we've used him a lot, first as a first-person voice and now as the third-person narrator. And he's just great. And what's interesting is he's not a baseball fan, which helps, because you need to explain the story to him. It's not inside baseball. We have a lot of women who aren't baseball fans who say, I love the stories. And, of course, those of us who love baseball know it's all about stories. And it'll be interesting to see how people respond to it when it finally comes out next week.
We're looking forward to it a great deal. We've waited a while for the 9th inning to turn to the 10th inning, and it will indeed. Visiting with Ken Burns, of course, a great filmmaker.
You're making me feel better about this.
I'm excited about it.
That we've waited 16 years. You thought that would have been enough, but we're happy to be back. And it was so much fun to edit it. You know, I had to do the 46 series. I had to do the 67 series. I had to do 75. I had to do Bucky bleeping Dent in 78 and 86 and the ball under Buckner. And then I had to, in order to get to 2004, had to do Aaron bleeping Boone. So I'm so happy to be home and to be able to tell a good story that is moving, and I think we'll have anybody, north of New Haven and south of, Nova Scotia in tears.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, that had to be a real challenge in the early innings to be able to get that footage, to get a lot of those still photos at all.
It was a tyranny of no choice, just as now where we have a tyranny of choice. We've got all these camera angles.
This is down to first inning, down to first. We're headed to the 10th inning. We can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us.
I can't wait for you to see it.
28, 29. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys. Take care.
Top half of the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead over the Orioles, and it is Cesar Torres who leads it off here for the O's. As Torres flied out center field in the 3rd inning. Three hits allowed by Buchholz as this one is driven to right field. Drew gets back and makes a late lunge. We get a real good read initially at how hard that ball was hit, but in the end recovers for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it looked like J.D. got just a little bit of a late break on this, but he's able to track it. He freezes, then he goes back for about 6-7 steps and is able to make the catch.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Going down here in the 5th inning, Brian Roberts, the batter, is fly to left and walked. It's inside, and it's 2-1 to Brian Roberts. It's outside, ball 3-1.
Did you ask Ken Burns who narrates?
I did.
Yeah.
That's a discussion going on right now in the truck.
Yeah, I did.
Passed over again. The 3-1 is chopped down the first baseline foul. It wasn't what I was thinking or why I asked.
Oh, come on.
Not at all.
It was.
I just remember John Chancellor did such a terrific job in the first one, in all honesty. He was the perfect voice for it.
You want to do the 11th.
I was curious who did the 10th inning.
Yeah.
Had to know. That's why I asked. It's not about me, I swear. It wasn't.
It never is.
They've already done the move. There's no way they're going to bring me in now, you know. Of course, they could. They'd back it up. I mean, it's a week away and make it sometime in November. As Roberts will head down to first base with the 3rd walk given up by Buchholz. It's time for some pocket money. As on Friday at 5, catch an all-new episode of Pocket Money presented in part by Miller Lite. It's our 2nd season of more money, more Fitzy, and more man love for Tom Brady. Test your sports knowledge now at Nesson.com/pocketmoney.
Well, Roberts back at first base on the walk. I'm sure he'll get plenty of attention again from Buchholz. As Don sits here and still dreams about being a narrator in a Ken Burns documentary.
.78 pitches for Buchholz, and out deep here in the 5th inning. Is lined to center. Kalish moves over and makes the catch on the sinking liner. And back to the bag at first is Roberts with now 2 down in the 5th. It's time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. Besides the Red Sox, which team has thrown 2 no-hitters against the Orioles? And the answer is the California Angels.
I got it.
Bo Belinsky no-hit them on May 5th in 1962, and Nolan Ryan threw the 4th of his 7 no-hitters against Baltimore. Were you there June 1st, 75?
Yes. Played second base in that game, so I figured I was halfway home with that. I knew the one against the Orioles. I didn't know Bo Belinsky had done it.
The Orioles have been no-hit a total of 6 times in their history. Red Sox 2 came against them courtesy of Nomo and Buchholz. 1, Nieves and Wilson Alvarez are the other pitchers who have no-hit the Orioles. This one fouled back.
No one came back in the next game after that no-hitter was against the Milwaukee Brewers. And he had a no-hitter going through about 5, I believe, in that game. And I think Hank Aaron broke it up with a base hit up the middle.
If I'm not mistaken, Nomo went deep into the next game without giving up a hit also, coming back here to Fenway after the no-hitter in Baltimore. Wigginton's been on twice, a walk and a single, as they check on Roberts at first base. Inside, 1-1. (5-2) New York on top of Tampa Bay in the fourth inning. The Yankees jumped out to a 5-0 advantage tonight after winning last night. There's a game and a half now between the Rays and Yankees, top of the American League East. Red Sox will be traveling to New York after wrapping up this series against Baltimore. Wigginton to right field, where J.D. Drew comes in and under to make the catch that ends the inning. Done with 4.5 from Fenway. It's the Red Sox on top 1-0. Last half of the fifth inning at Fenway Park, 1-0. Red Sox on top of the Orioles as the Sox come to bat. Top of the order, Marco Scutaro. It's a fly ball down the right field line. Over comes Markakis, but it'll land in the seats, row deep. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. For each Red Sox win this month, the Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Plymouth. 1-1 pitch to Scutaro. As he shows run, pulls back and takes ball two. Marco has fly to right and struck out swinging. Fouls it off to the right, and it evens at 2-2. In the last 9 starts, Ferguson with a 2.39 earned run average. It's Scutaro to fly one to center field, where Adam Jones is out there, and he makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to the Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. One out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. J.D. Drew, the batter. 0 for 2 in tonight's contest. He's done the same thing twice. Ground out to second, and Brian Roberts on 2 occasions. Again, he does to the second baseman, Roberts, and again he is out. 0 for 3 and retired the same way 3 times.
Yeah, the first 2 times for J.D. was on fastballs that he grounded out to second. This time it's the changeup from Bergeson, and a good one. Down and away, and J.D. still pulls it. And the result, same thing, ground ball to second base. Out in front that time on his front leg.
Two down in the 5th. And Victor Martinez, the batter. He's been on twice against Bergeson. A walk in the first inning. A single in the 3rd. David Ortiz waiting on deck. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Martinez takes strike 1. Amazing to think Bergeson was in a career-long 7-game losing streak earlier this year, May 17th till August 6th, and just couldn't get a win. He had never lost more than 2 consecutive decisions prior to the 7-game skid. There's a fly ball to center field. Adam Jones makes the catch that ends things in the 5th. We played 5. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead. Mobile from your smartphone for a handheld look at the news, scores, and live blogs you expect from NESN. It's brought to you by Bob's Discount Furniture. Top half of the 6th inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox on top 1-0. Orioles coming to bat here against Clay Buchholz. It's strike 1 to Luke Scott. The pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5+ innings for Clay Buchholz on 3 hits. No runs. He's walked 3, struck out 3, and thrown 83 pitches. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. The Orioles have had at least one base runner every inning. And they have left on 6 so far in the game through the first 5 innings. Left a runner at third in the second, a runner at third in the third, a runner at third in the fourth. So he's been living semi-dangerously. And the Red Sox offense only able to collect a run off Brad Bergeson. So here we are, 1-0. Scott takes ball 1, 1-2, and the pitch in. Buchholz thought he had the outside corner. And Alfonso Marquez calls it balls 2, 2-2.
Tries that cut fastball away, starting it off the plate and trying to pick up the corner and just missed.
Full count now. Fifth full count for Clay Buchholz of the night. He has walked 3, struck out 3. It's Luke Scott now, Matt Wieters, then Adam Jones to bat here in the inning. 4, 5, and 6 for the Orioles. And a swing and a miss. Scott down on strikes, 96, and in on the hands. 4th strikeout for Buchholz. 1 down.
The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. And we'll take a look at the 4 strikeouts by Buchholz. A fastball away to Andino, a cut fastball to Markakis, cut fastball to Andino again, and the fastball by Luke Scott, which you just saw.
1 out in the 6th inning. Matt Wieters takes strike 1. Wieters doubled in the 2nd inning, one of the 3 Orioles hits of the night, and grounded out to second base in the 4th inning, 1 for 2. Framed by Martinez, but it's ball 2. Adam Jones waits on deck. 1 out in the 6th inning for the Orioles. Now Tapper foul, 2-2. Ball 3, full count. Back-to-back full counts here for Buchholz. And the pitch count rising up to 93.
One thing they've done tonight, the Orioles, they've made Buchholz pitch. I mean, they made him throw a lot of pitches in this ball game. Results have been good for Clay.
Strike 3 call. He's able to strike out Scott. Now Wieters back-to-back case. 2 down in the 6th inning.
Almost the exact same pitches he struck out Scott on. A fastball inside corner.
His wife Lindsay standing to applaud the 2nd strikeout. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Adams Jones takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Jones with a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, grounded out to third base in the 4th. Swing and a miss on the 2-0. Fastball up, and it's 2-1. Buchholz, the first-time All-Star. Ready with a 2-1. Strike over the outside corner, 2-2. Tied 4 batters in a row. Swing and a foul, still 2-2. Not to reach that century mark tonight. Came into this inning having thrown 82 through the first 5. Last time out, 109 pitches in 7 innings at Seattle. Two pitch. A change, and it's down the line at third off of Beltre. Kicks into foul ground. Beltre will run it down. Wide turn at first for Jones, but he's aboard. With 2 outs here in the 6th inning. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Here inside Fenway Park, the Red Sox have a 1-0 advantage with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Clay Buchholz strikes out Luke Scott to begin the inning, then gets Matt Wieters to strike out, and Adam Jones has just got a base hit down the third base line. He stands at first base for Felix P.A. Strike 1 to PA. Went a long way back in the 4th inning, back out to center field and just out of the reach of Kalish. He tripled with 2 outs in the 4th inning. And another situation where the Orioles left a base runner at third. They've done that 3 times in the game. Jones back to the bag.
Adam Jones at first base has 5 steals, but he has been caught 7 times trying to steal this season. Buchholz taking a check on him over there. Make sure he stays at first base with 2 outs.
We'll check a little closer this time, but he's back safely. 10 steals each of the last 2 years. It's up high, ball 1-1-1. Colts 16-7 coming into tonight's action, looking for his 17th win of the year. John Lester has 18 to lead the staff. Lester is second only to C.C. Sabathia in the American League. A 1-1 pitch to Pierre, half the way to soft toss to first, and back is Jones. Runner goes, PA swings and fouls it off. It's 1-2. I want to remind you to get one of the best sports sections in the country delivered to your home every day. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery. Call 888-MY-GLOBE or go to bostonglobe.com/sports. Now Colts struck out Scott swinging. Wieters looking. The hit for Jones has him at first base with 2 down, representing the tying run as the Orioles bat here in their half of the 6th inning. Inside, 2-2. Ball 3, full count. So PA will be looking at a full count. Jones will be able to get a start at first base with 2 down here in the 6th inning.
These extra pitches, too, in this inning may cost both Colts another inning in this ball game.
It's had 3 full counts in the inning. 7 in all in the game. Scott Atchison about to start the 1 here. 3-2 pitch to PA. Hold off and do it again. Three-two pitch to PA. Popped up on the right side of the infield. Marco Scutaro. Backpedals and drops the baseball. And scoring from first base is Jones to tie the game at 1. He had the look of a guy in trouble for some reason on the pop-up that took him to the outfield grass, and then he drops it. An error for Scutaro, and a ball that was in the air for a very long time.
Yeah, very strange to see this from a guy like Marco Scutaro backpedaling. Didn't have that far to go. Only maybe 10 feet back out in the grass. And the wind certainly not a factor in this. He just didn't make the play. Right off the top of the glove and all the way from first base comes Jones to tie the ball game.
John Farrell out to talk to Clay Buchholz and calm him down here with the game tied 1-1. It appeared he was out of yet another jam. And it is a dropped pop-up from Marco Scutaro, an error at second base. It has scored Adam Jones and tied this game 1-1. So PA reaches at first, 2 down in the inning. Robert Andino now coming up. Toss to first and back in time is PA. Five steals on the year for PA. He's been caught twice. Up high, ball 1. I mentioned earlier, Buchholz has not had a 1-2-3 inning in this outing tonight. He's had base runners in every inning. And until this point, Buchholz was able to get away with it. He kind of lived dangerously as the Orioles left the base runner at third in the second, runner at third in the third, runner at third in the fourth inning. It's up top again, and it's 2-0.
His stuff's been very good tonight. I mean, everything is there. His fastball, his cutter, his changeup, his breaking ball. But again, as I mentioned before, you got to give some credit to the Orioles. They've made him throw a lot of pitches in this game.
A lot of deep counts. 108 pitches right now for Buchholz with 2 down. High ball 3. Fourth 3-ball count of the inning for Clay Buchholz. Behind 3-0. Cesar Tur's number 9 man waiting on deck with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Dino take it all the way, and it's strike 1. Buchholz has thrown over to first base 16 times tonight. Trying to keep those Orioles runners close, especially Brian Roberts early in the game. 3-1 pitch to Robert Andino. There goes the runner at first. Andino lines it down the left field line. It is a foul ball, fortunately for the Red Sox.
Now, once again, not much foul territory down that left field line, but whatever there was, Andino found it. That ball was hit very hard on a line and just in foul territory at the 310. Buchholz trying to make sure that ball goes foul.
Two down, 6th inning. Felix Piet at first base, and a 3-2 pitch coming to Andino. On the ground, left side, Beltre plays it on the half hop. Throw is good, and the inning is over. A costly error for Marco Scudero. Game tied at 1. 1-1 ball game. Now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, David Ortiz takes ball 1 outside. Lengthy wait for Brad Ferguson. His team collected a run on the miscue by Marco Scudero at second base on the pop-up. Ortiz has gone 0 for 2 in the game. He's grounded out to second base and flied out to center field. There's a strike, 2-1 to Big Papi. Ortiz will be followed by Beltre and Lowry here in the 6th inning. On the corner, 2-2.
Pretty nasty fastball right there by Ferguson. He really picked up the outside corner.
Softly chopped down the first baseline. It'll go foul. Ferguson running it down. Still 2-2. Introducing Arbor Coat Exterior Stain by Benjamin Moore. Revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer.
Somebody told me today that that's also very, very good for painting boats.
You were going to put it on your car when last we talked about it.
I did.
You did already.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend anybody else do that, but I tried it, and it's pretty good.
2-2 is popped up. From third comes Andino. It'll take him to the infield grass as he makes the catch for the first out of the 6th inning.
Tomorrow night, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day Live with TC and Peter Gammons. John Lockie takes on Kevin Millwood, who is 3-15 this season. Tune in for that preview and much more tomorrow at 6 only on NESN.
One out in the 6th inning. Adrian Beltre, the batter. And he takes a pitch high for ball 1. Beltre is flat out to right twice, and Nick Markakis. Chops it foul, 2-1. Two pitches in the first 2 at bats for Adrian Beltre, swinging right out of the gate against Ferguson. He's already seen more in this at bat. 2-1. He is fouled off to the right, and it's 2-2. Buchholz at 112 pitches as Atchison getting ready, as it appears, for the 7th inning. Pitch 90 for Ferguson. And it's in tight, ball 3, full count. Softly lined, nicely picked on a hop by Roberts off to the side, and he throws out Beltre. Nice play by Brian Roberts, 2 down.
He's had a couple of tough ones tonight that exploded on him. The one by Jed Lowry earlier in the ball game that got by him, but this time he makes a fine play on the hard hit ball by Beltre. Short hop right there, in between hop, and Roberts able to snag it and throw out Beltre at first base.
Two down here in the 6th inning, and here's Jed Lowry. Lowry doubled in the 2nd inning, grounded out in the 4th. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Inside and Lowry 2-2. Both teams with 4 hits, both teams with 1 run. Costly error by the Red Sox. The last inning from Marco Scutaro that has tied this game 1-1. Ferguson trying to work his way here through the 6th inning. It's outside, ball 3. Five full counts for Brad Ferguson in his outing. 2 in a row as he deals with the 3-2. Fouled off to the left, and will do it again. Ryan Kalish waits on deck with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Jed Lowry. And it's ball 4. A 2-out walk for Lowry. 4th free pass given up by Ferguson of his outing. In this week's Ultimate Red Sox Show lineup, Heidi talks to Ken Burns. Watches the Bruins take BP. Catches Bill Lee's win in Brockton and more. It's all coming up on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Arbella Insurance, this Sunday at noon. Actually, there's Rick Kranitz in the front. Buck Showalter is on the phone. As Kalish drives it out towards deep right center field. This will get down and into the triangle. 1 hop whipped into the crowd. And will be costly in that it'll send Lowry back to the bag at third. He would have scored, but because it jumps up into the seats, a double for Kalish, and Lowry stopped at third base.
Yeah, bad break there for the Red Sox. That ball hit very hard by Ryan Kalish and with some distance on it. But 1 hop into the stands, and only 2 bases. They'll have to hold Lowry at third base. There's the bounce. And now we'll cue the organ.
Kalish safe at second. Safe and secure. New York life.
First time we've cued the organ tonight.
Yes. Kranitz out there to talk to Ferguson, running into trouble here after he got 2 quick outs in the 6th inning. A walk for Lowry, a double for Kalish. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. And we got Daniel Nava coming up next. Mark Hendrickson and Alfredo Simone warming in the pen. Ferguson about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. Lowry at third base, Kalish at second base, 2 down. Nava has singled and walked. A single in the 2nd inning produced a run, his 24th RBI, as he takes ball 1 in the dirt. Red Sox 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. Their only hit belonging to the man at the plate, Daniel Nava. Nava slices it foul, 1-1. Some very impressive numbers for Nava in this spot in 2010. Trying to come through here in what is a 1-1 game now. At the bottom of the 6th inning. Nava fouls off another, and it's 1-2.
After a first pitch changeup coming right after Nava with 2 straight fastballs.
Got Ken Burns able to make the catch.
He bought his glove.
He did. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the 6th inning. 2nd and 3rd for Boston in a 1-1 game. Pitch to Nava. He is outside, 2-2. Time called apparently right before Ferguson was about to deal. Just outside, full count. Full counts to 3 of the last 4 batters. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. There's Anderson on deck. 3-2 pitch. Nava strikes out, and the Red Sox will leave 2 in scoring position. We played 6, tied at 1. He is the hometown favorite for coffee. Dunkin' Donuts would like to recognize the hometown favorite fan of the game. Bring above and beyond, just like Dunkin' with 60 years of coffee greatness. Dunkin' Donuts is #1 for iced coffee. One game to the top half of the 7th inning. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Cesar is Turris. His call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. The pitcher is Scott Atchison. As he misses for ball 2 inside. It's actually 1-1 now. It is his 39th appearance, 2-2 with a 3.49 earned run average. He's worked in 56 2/3 innings, and opponents are hitting at .233 against him. Inside ball 2. As Turris has flied out to center field and lined out to right. He is 0 for 2 in the game. This one's falling fast and in for a base hit in front of Ryan Kalish. Cesar Turris is aboard to begin things in the 7th inning. Let's check in with your Need to Know with Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Jade McCarthy. Okay, Jade, back here at Fenway Park. Game tied 1-1 with Cesar Izturis at first base. Atchison checks on him.
Red Sox expecting the bunt here out of Roberts with the man at first base. Nobody out. Tied ball game, getting late.
Roberts showing no signs of bunting as he takes ball one. Becky Okajima starting to warm up in the pen. And has been pitching great since coming off the DL. Runner goes and it's fouled off, so it's 1-1.
Little hit run play put on by Buck Showalter. Not a great pitch to swing at it. Breaking ball was down and low.
Outside ball 2-1. Atchison, 7 2/3 shutout innings pitched over his last 5 appearances. No runs in 7 of his last 8 outings. A 0.75 ERA in his last 8 outings. It's 1 run in the last 12 innings allowed by the right-hander. A leadoff single by Cesar Izturis to begin things here in the 7th. Roberts hits it on the ground right side. Scudero will go to second for 1. On to first, and it's not in time. Get the lead runner in Izturis. 4-6 on the force out. Roberts will reach at first with 1 out in the inning.
Important in that 1-run game to get that lead man, keep him out of scoring position, and that's exactly what the Red Sox do. Scudero going to his left, pops up quickly, and they get that out at second base. Very little chance of getting a double play on a ground ball hit like that. But the Red Sox do, for the moment, keep a man out of scoring position.
Well, marks the 3rd time that Roberts has been at first base tonight. He walked in the 3rd inning, walked in the 5th, and now reaching on a fielder's choice. As he gets his lead at first with 1 out, Nick Markakis, the batter. Orioles right fielder, 0 for 3 in the game tonight. Tall left-hander Mark Hendrickson warming in the pen for the Orioles. Markakis to left. Nava going back. It's going to be over his head and off the scoreboard. Roberts heading for third base as the throw goes to second. And it's 1st and 3rd now. Is getting to 3rd as Roberts on the wall ball single for Markakis. And with Nava getting it back in quickly, the double play still in order.
Now, we've seen Markakis use the opposite field in this series. He gets a fastball and slices it off the wall out there in left field. Nava, knowing he's got no chance at third base, quickly gets it back in. Keep that 1st and 3rd situation and the possibility of a double play end in the inning.
I want to remind you to visit the official online shop of the Red Sox at redsox.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear. Get your gear from the official source, the redsox.com shop. Accept no substitutes. John Farrell out to talk to Atchison here with runners at first and third, one out. And Ty Wigginton coming up. Wigginton walked in the first inning, singled in the third, flied out to right in the fifth.
And if you are thinking about a double play to get out of the inning, 21 times this year, Wigginton has hit into a double play.
Down the right field line towards the pole, bending, and it is a fair ball and gone. A 3-run home run down the line for Ty Wigginton. His 21st home run of the year, his first home run in a month, and it puts the Orioles on top just like that, 4-1.
You mentioned, Don, his first in a month, and I'm sure he wasn't thinking about one like that, slicing right around pesky pole. Takes that first pitch, cut fastball, goes to the opposite field, and that ball just slices around the foul pole out there for the 3-run home run.
His fourth home run against the Red Sox this season, right into that first row. That is the night for Scott Atchison as a 3-run home run by Ty Wigginton as the Orioles on top 4-1. And strike one over the outside corner for Hideki Okajima. He's been outstanding lately. His 52nd appearance overall the year, 4-3 with a 4.54 ERA. Only sitting at 320 against him. He pitched a perfect 8th inning last night and has retired 9 straight batters over his last 2 games. Down low, 1-1. 9 1/3 scoreless innings pitched for Okajima over his last 11 outings. Short outing for Scott Atchison, who gets just 1 out. And gives up the 3-run home run to Ty Wigginton, who's given the Orioles a 4-1 lead. Inside 2-1. Fox up in the pen for Boston. Two one pitch, a swing and a miss for Luke Scott. 2-2.
Okajima going to the curveball to pick up a second strike against Luke Scott.
In the dirt, full count, 3-2. Luke Scott has grounded out twice to second base and struck out swinging, 0 for 3 in the game. Scott now Wieters next with one out in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Okajima strikes out Scott for the second out of the 7th.
Split-fingered fastball doing the honors this time for Okajima to pick up the strikeout at 83 miles an hour, and you see Scott upset with himself.
So 2 down here in the 7th inning. Matt Wieters, the batter, doubled in the 2nd inning. Grounded out in the 4th. Struck out looking in the 6th inning. Rolls it over foul, down 0-1. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is in its 11th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Inside to Wieters, 1-1. Wieters are just 207 against left-handed pitching. It's 275 against right-handers. Swing and a miss. Wieters is 24 years of age. And of course, a first-round pick by the Orioles, 5th overall back in 2007. Last year finished the year with 9 homers, 43 runs batted in. This year 11 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Only 257 this year, 288 last year. Swing and a miss. Okajima strikes out both batters he faces, but 3-run home run for Ty Wigginton, a 4-1 Orioles lead.
That's right.
This is better.
After the game, it's W. Mason Extra Innings Live with TC and Peter Gammons. Peter's this now Red Sox Executive Vice President and General Manager Theo Epstein. Tune in for that and much, much more after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
4-1, Orioles on top of the Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning thanks to a 3-run home run by Ty Wigginton. The Orioles move on to their second pitcher of the night. Mark Hendrickson into the game, his 48th appearance, 1-5 with a 4.90 ERA. And it's hitting at .313 against Hendrickson. And he'll be dealing with a pinch hitter to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Bill Hall will bat for Lars Anderson to begin things in the 7th. Lars Anderson had been 1 for 2. A single in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th inning. As Hall takes ball 1. Hall hitting at .239. 17 homers, 42 runs batted in. Played last night, was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Fouls it off 1-1. With 2 outfield assists in last night's game. In there for strike 2, 1-2. Mark Hendrickson had been warming up last night, but did not come into the game. He's in there tonight. Red Sox all team highs in batting average. One-two pitch is outside and low, 2-2. Bill Hall is 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter on the year for the Red Sox. Hendrickson's logged a lot of innings. He is 7th in the American League with 66 2/3 relief appearance innings pitch. 2-2 is down the left field line. Headed towards the corner for Hall, who's headed for second base. Throw goes to second, not nearly in time. A double to get the bottom of the 7th inning started for the Red Sox.
Now Bill Hall does a nice job of reaching down and getting that changeup from Hendrickson. It's down, it's away, it's moving away, but he's able to cover the plate and rifle it down in that left field corner for the 2-base hit. Cue the organ.
Hall safe at second. Safe and secure, New York life. So Hall at second, nobody out. Marco Scudero, the batter, 0 for 3 in the game. And trying to atone for an error back in the 6th inning, which gave the Orioles a chance to score their first run. It tied the game 1-1. He has flied out to right, struck out swinging, and flied out to center. Swing and a miss, 1-1. J.D. Drew waiting on deck, 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. Red Sox trying to come from behind, trailing 4-1 as they bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ball 2, 2-1. Yankees have upped their lead to 7-3 now over Tampa Bay in the 7th inning in New York. Robinson Cano with a 2-run double to give the Yankees their 2 additional runs. 2-1 to Scudero. Just missing, ball 3. Double-barreled action now for the Orioles. Alfredo Simon, who had been up earlier, now joined by the left-hander Mike Gonzalez. Hendrickson giving up a leadoff pinch hit double by Bill Hall. Scudero down the right field line, foul. Fouled off again to the right. Still full, 3-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up for Marco Scudero. Hendrickson here in the seventh inning with a full count. Down the line, a foul ball just outside the bag.
Not by much, but certainly foul territory down that third base line. Bob Davidson, the third base umpire, making the call.
Scudero lifts a fly ball to shallow right center field. Adam Jones is in. Makes the catch. Hall will stay at second with now one down in the inning. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region by J.D. Power and Associates. One out here in the seventh inning. Bill Hall at second base. And J.D. Drew coming up. Drew is 0 for 3 in the game. He has grounded out 3 times to Brian Roberts at second base. In there for a strikeout. It's 1-1. And Bergeson tonight, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Walked 4, struck out 2, departed with a 4-1 lead. Chance for his 8th win of the year came in at 7-10. Strike 2 to Drew, and it's 1-2. Martinez waiting on deck. 1 out. Bill Hall at second base. 1-2 is outside. 2-2. Drew to right field. Markakis goes back and makes the catch. He was gliding sideways and then realized he was hit better than he thought. He ducks back to make the catch. Good adjustment in the end. 2 down.
Yeah, I think you're right, Don. I think that ball surprised Markakis how hard it was hit, because watch him go in, then across, then back. And as he goes back, he is able to make the catch. Not the best route to the baseball, but certainly effective.
And Buck Showalter's going to make a change here with 2 outs. It is 4-1 Baltimore.
I keep bringing him back.
Kennedy. Well, the Red Sox had a 1-0 advantage until the 6th inning with 2 outs. Marco Scudero with an error at second base on a pop-up that ties the game 1-1. And then Ty Wigginton against Scott Atchison in the top half of the 7th inning. It's a 3-run home run on the pesky pole down the right field line. And into the first row of seats, a 3-run shot. And it is 4-1, Orioles on top. Mark Hendrickson leaving the game. He's responsible for Hall at second base. It's 2 outs in the inning as the Orioles move on to their 3rd pitcher. And it's in there for strike 1 to Victor Martinez from Alfredo Simon. His 48th appearance, 4-2 with a 4.96 ERA. That's closing games at 1 for the Orioles and was 17 out of 21 in save opportunities. Koji Uehara has been doing that lately for the O's. 1 down and in. Simone with a 6.75 ERA in 22 games since the All-Star break. There's 1-1 to Martinez. Is inside, 2-1. Mike Gonzalez now warming up alone in the pen. David Ortiz is on deck. As a staff with a 4.69 ERA. Only Kansas City with a higher earned run average as a team. It's outside, ball 3. Victor walked in the first inning, singled in the 3rd. Flied out to center field in the 5th. He'll take the walk, and the Red Sox will have the tying run come to the plate. And it is 1 out for Simone. Gonzalez will be coming in for 1 Orioles. seventh inning. Alfredo Simon faces one batter, Victor Martinez, and he walks him. So it's first and second, 2 down. David Ortiz stands in. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Mike Gonzalez, the new pitcher for the Orioles, their fourth pitcher of the night. Gonzalez makes his 26th appearance, 1-3 with a 4.79 earned run average. Has 25 strikeouts in 20 2/3. Inside 1-1. Ortiz is 0 for 4 in his career against Gonzalez with 2 strikeouts. Runner at second goes, a swing and a miss for Ortiz as Hall takes third.
Once again, though, Gonzalez staying with that fastball and throwing it right by David Ortiz at about 94 miles an hour. There's Bill Hall able to get a running lead at second base, no problem taking third.
First and third, 2 down in the seventh inning, a 1-2. Ortiz gets a piece of this fastball and fouls it back. And Albers, the right-hander, up in the pen. Adrian Beltre waiting on deck for Boston. Ortiz tonight is grounded out, flied out, and popped out last time up. And strikes out here to end the seventh inning. The second straight inning, the Red Sox have left the pair on. 4-1 Orioles. Showrooms at Frank Webb's Bath Centers for friendly experience guidance. Find your showroom at frankwebb.com. 4-1, the Orioles on top of the Red Sox as we head on to the top half of the eighth inning back at Fenway Park. And Micah Navarro is in the game at shortstop. And moving from short to first base, Lars Anderson being hit for by Hall is Jed Lowry. The new pitcher is Matt Fox. Third appearance, 4.26 earned run average, no record. So we're at 6 1/3 innings. Opponents hitting at 261 against him. As he made his Red Sox debut up against the Toronto Blue Jays on Friday night, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, or 2/3 of an inning. He's claimed off waivers from the Minnesota Twins. Left-hander Rich Hill is up in the pen to begin the inning, as the Red Sox trail by 3 runs with the Orioles coming to bat in the 8th. Adam Jones leads it off and takes ball 1. High fly ball to deep left field for Jones. Back to the warning track is Nava, and that's going to be off the wall. Over Nava's head, but standing at second base is Jones with a double as it scrapes the wall on the way down. And a double in the second hit for Jones of the night.
Had a single back in the 6th inning. That was on a changeup. This time he gets the, looks like a cut fastball that time from Fox, and high fly ball that scrapes the wall on the way down.
So Jones at second base and Felix BA coming up. BA grounded out in the 2nd inning, triple in the 4th inning, but could not score. And then reached on an error by Marco Scudero in the 6th inning, which scored Adam Jones and tied the game 1-1. Orioles had had plenty of chances through the first 5 innings to score, but could not. The runner at third base in the 2nd inning, the 3rd inning, and the 4th inning. And then finally scored in the 6th. And then the 3-run home run by Ty Wigginton in the 7th. All of a sudden, Baltimore with a 4-1 advantage, trying to take the first 2 games of this 3-game series. PA pops it up foul off to the left. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo with Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney bringing you Red Sox baseball in high definition on Nesson. Coordinating producer of Red Sox baseball is Russ Dent. Senior Coordinating Director Michael Narachi. Associate Producer Jim White. Production Assistant Kate Galman. And Nesson's Executive Producer is Joel Feld. A 4-1 Baltimore lead. As a ground ball foul down towards the photographer's well, and Tarp.
Now you wonder, Don, with the Orioles are playing the way that they have since Showalter has taken over, whether it will energize that fan base down in Baltimore, which is a very good baseball city. They've gone through such a long time of losing baseball that, well, we see it when we go down there. I mean, it just, not much crowds at all.
No doubt that the way they have played is certainly the way they expected to have played all year long. The question is, what will they do during the offseason, and what additions they make to complement the young team that they already have and the young players they have in the nucleus of young players. They are 24th in attendance in the majors this season. 2-2 pitch is down the line, foul. PA grounds one up the middle. It is Navarro who looked at third, goes to first. Got to hurry up, and he gets it there just in time. PA runs well, was down the line very quickly. He is retired 6-3, but Jones on to third base with 1 out in the 8th.
Nice to have a nice strong throwing arm like Navarro has, because that little peek to third almost caught him. Almost cost him at first base. Takes a look toward third base, no play there, and then had to rifle it across the diamond to get the out at first base, with PA going down that line pretty good. Red Sox pull the infield in with a 1 out man at third base.
Robert Andino, the batter, 0 for 3 in the game. So it bounces in, nicely picked by Martinez to save a run.
Martinez going to the backhand to make this play. Ball down in the dirt, able to scoop it clean.
And Dino hits a fly ball to center field. Kalish going back to make the catch. Plenty deep enough for Jones to tag and jog home as the Orioles get their 5th run of the night and take a 5-1 lead.
Now, those are the kind of things that Showalter likes to see. You get the leadoff double, you move him over, and then you score him with the sacrifice fly. That's just good baseball.
Fly ball down the left field line. Nava gives chase as it ends up in the seats.
After the game tonight, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox final with TC and Peter Gammons. They'll bring you the latest updates on the tightest playoff races around the league. Catch it all after the game, only on NESN. What kind of jacket that is, Don?
This is chopped to first. Backing up is Lowry. He'll flip to Fox for the out. But the Orioles had a run in the 8th. It's 5-1 Baltimore. Five to 1, the Orioles on top of the Red Sox. They had a run in the 8th. Adrian Beltre leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Beltre will be followed by Lowry and Kalish in the 8th inning. Very high from Mike Gonzalez, who came in and struck out David Ortiz with runners at first and third in the 7th inning. Red Sox have left a total of 7 men on base for the first 7 innings. Liner foul.
And Dino close to that third base line, as you can see, but the line drive hooking just away from him.
Beltre lifts a fly ball to short right, and in comes Markakis. Only time to get there for the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow the Red Sox will get their second look at the season at Kevin Millwood. Millwood picked up a no decision in his only start versus Boston this season. He's winless in his last 3 starts, but the wins are not really the story with Millwood. Losses are. He is second in the majors with 15 losses this year. He's 3-15. Career high, one more than he had with Texas back in 2007. One out for Jed Lowry, who takes a pitch outside. Lowry hit a double in the 2nd inning, grounded out in the 4th, walked in the 6th inning. So he's been on twice tonight. Ball 2-0. Papelbon starting to warm in the Red Sox pen. It has been a while since we have seen Papelbon. Not seen him since the 14th, so 7 days, been a week. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Gonzalez is coming in, throwing strikes. This is his 13th pitch and his 9th strike. Third batter's face is coming in. The center field struck well. Jones going back to make the running catch. And runs onto the track. And handles out number 2 of the 8th.
And a lot of fly ball outs in this game for Red Sox hitters tonight. A lot against Bergeson. They continue here in the 8th inning. A couple of fly ball outs.
They have 12 fly ball outs. As Darnell McDonald will pinch hit for Ryan Kalish. Kalish in the game tonight. Popped out, walked, and doubled. Here's a pop-up. Down the line from first comes Ty Wigginton. Now Roberts takes over. And the second baseman makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, 8. It's on to the 9th. 5-1 Baltimore. Good. This will
quick.
Yeah. It's usually pretty good in these situations. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Coors Light. Hager. Sullivan Tire. And by Southwest Airlines. 5-1 Orioles on top of the Red Sox as we head to the top half of the 9th inning at Fenway Park. And a new pitcher on for the Red Sox. The 4th of the night, but first in center field is Darnell McDonald, who had pinch hit for Ryan Kalish. He's in center, stays in there for Kalish in center field, and here is Papelbon. And it's been 7 days since we last saw him, but his 60th appearance of the year, 5-6, 36 out of 43 in save opportunities. This is clearly not a save opportunity, a chance for him to get work tonight. Comes in for Matt Fox, who worked the 8th inning, give up a hit and a run. Off the end of the bat, little pop-up, shallow center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Ryan Roberts on to begin things in the 9th inning, right towards the end of the bat.
Towards the end of the bat, nothing Navarro or McDonald could do about it except try to chase it down. Fastball away. And it drops in perfectly for Roberts between two players.
Well, he did a great job of getting on last night, and tonight he's been on base 4 times. There's Nick Markakis, who singled in the 7th inning, 1 for 4 on the night. He also scored a run. Through the left side to left field, a base hit. Second hit of the night for Markakis as Roberts takes second base.
They're not waiting around either. They're jumping on that first fastball from Papelbon. Markakis going to the opposite field again on a fastball away.
Two on, nobody out. Ty Wigginton, who's been a big part of this game tonight, a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. Wigginton down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Long throw for Beltre to first. It's off the mark and into the Red Sox dugout or above it. It'll plate Roberts, and it'll be second and third with nobody out. Beltre had one play as it turned out down the line. It was at first, and he uncorks that throw.
Yeah, as soon as it left his hand, you could see it was going to sail way over first base. Down that third base line, he has to backhand the ball, then he lets it fly, and you could see it right as soon as it left his hand, it was going to take off up over the head of Jed Lowry.
It's a base hit and an error. Charged to Adrian Beltre. Run in. It is 6-1 Baltimore now. And it's second and third with nobody out for Luke Scott. Infield in for the Red Sox with nobody out. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike one. It's up high, 1-1. Both pens are busy. Matt Albers for the Orioles warming as he was last inning. And for the Red Sox, Robert Manuel is up. On the ground and by the dive of Beltre on the left. Markakis will score from third, and the Orioles take a 7-1 lead. Still nobody out in the ninth.
It had been kind of a long night for Scott. A couple of strikeouts, a couple of groundouts, but picks up the base hit on a ground ball that Adrian Beltre dives for. Again, it's that fastball away from Papelbon, and it gets by Beltre at third base.
So it is first and third, 2 runs in. And now Wieters the batter. Wieters doubled back in the second inning. Since then he's grounded out, struck out twice. Orioles not waiting around against Papelbon. Another foul ball and first pitch.
No, they're thinking first pitch fastball, and for the most part they're getting it and they're swinging.
This one gets away, and from third base comes Wigginton with the 8th Orioles run. They scored 3 times here without an out, recorded by Jonathan Papelbon. Luke Scott moves up to second. Wild pitch. And the Orioles on top now 8-1.
Papelbon this time goes to the slider. Deflects right off the glove of Victor Martinez and into the stands.
Fifth time this season, Papelbon has given up 3 or more runs. 1-1 pitch is popped up, foul ground. Beltre coming over towards the dugout and almost overran it. He makes the catch for the first out of the ninth. Reader's retired. I'll remind you to stay with us after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Complete post-game coverage coming up. Tom Caron, Hall of Famer Peter Gammons. 1 out in the ninth inning. And Adam Jones, the batter. 2 hits, a single in the 6th inning, a double in the 8th. And has scored 2 runs. In the dirt. Ball 1. Well, the Yankees 8-3 winners over Tampa Bay. The Yankees have taken the first 2 games of that series against Tampa Bay.
Now have a 2.5 game spread over the Rays for first place in the American League East.
With the loss tonight, the Red Sox would fall to 9 games back of New York. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. As the Red Sox have these 6 head-to-head games with the Yankees. To Jones to left field. Nava on the run, won't get there. Drops in for a hit. And taking third base is Scott on the single by Adam Jones, who has his 3rd hit of the night. And John Farrell headed out to talk to Jonathan Papelbon.
Now Papelbon's thrown 12 pitches in this inning. Now they're not going to get to a point where they allow him to throw 20 to 30 pitches. Adam Jones cleans out an inside fastball from Papelbon. It drops right in front of Daniel Nava. It's been amazing watching the crowds here. They've been late arriving and early to leave here at Fenway.
Very different.
Yep.
Certainly not used to this. 8-1, Orioles on top of the Red Sox here with 1 out in the ninth. And Felix Bie becomes the 7th member of the Orioles to bat here in the ninth. Little number back towards Papelbon. He'll go to first with it for the out. And there's 2 down as a run scores. And the Orioles take a 9-1 lead. They retired. Up to second base goes Adam Jones on the ground out. 2 down in the inning. And Robert Andino coming up. Ties a season high of runs allowed for Papelbon, 4. Third time it has happened. And last time he was on this mound at Fenway Park against the White Sox, gave up 4 runs. Robert Andino, 8th member of the Orioles to bat here in the ninth. And it's ball 1 away. Chop foul over by the Orioles dugout right off the front screening. Fouled off to the right, 1-2. One-two from Papelbon. It's outside low, 2-2. Clay Buchholz started this game with 6 innings, gave up 1 run. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Atchison giving up 3 runs. The 3-run home run to Atchison back in the, or to Wigginton back in the 7th inning off Atchison. Chino, Kojima, Fox, and now Papelbon. Ready with a 2-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Andino to end the inning, but the Orioles score 4 more runs and take a 9-1 lead to the bottom of the ninth. Damage late in this game for the Orioles. Josh Bell takes over at third base defensively. Robert Andino moving from third base to second base. And a new first baseman. Vernon Snyder into the game. Daniel Nava takes strike 1 from the new pitcher, Matt Albers. 59th appearance, 5-3 with a 4.31 earned run average. Sitting at 257 against Albers. Takes over from Mike Gonzalez, who retired all 4 Red Sox he faced in the game with a strikeout mixed in. Ball foul off to the left, and it's 1-2 to Nava. Double-barreled action, Pedro Viola. Troy Patton warming in the pen for the Orioles. Albert's last pitched on Sunday, 2 1/3 scoreless innings against the Yankees. A lot of times going multiple innings when he comes into a game. Red Sox certainly have seen a lot of Matt Albers. He's third in the American League with 71 relief appearance innings pitched. And over the last 23 games, a 3.06 earned run average coming out of the pen for the O's. Daniel Nava leading it off in the bottom of the ninth. And a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Didn't go, says Bob Davidson. Michael Navarro waiting on deck. Fly ball to left field. PA going back shy of the track to make the catch for the first out of the ninth. Don't forget, after the game, to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox Final. It's coming up from our NESN HD Television Center. Tom Caron and Peter Gammons. One out here in the ninth inning, and Yamaiko Navarro.
And the Red Sox only with 4 home games left in the season. Tomorrow night, of course, against the Orioles in that 3-game series to end the year against the New York Yankees.
Red Sox, after wrapping up the series tomorrow, will head out on the road to take on the New York Yankees, and the first and only visit, of course, to Chicago to take on the White Sox. 4-game series next week in Chicago. One pitch, no one away, 1-1.
And Chicago was here last time. They were battling Minnesota for a chance to win that division. They have fallen way back.
11-game difference between the two. Broken bat. Looper to shallow right. Markakis coming in. He won't get there. He plays it on the hop and gets it back in. Navarro's got a 1-out single. Markakis was deep and just couldn't get there. It was falling too fast.
Well, between Anderson, Hall, and Navarro out of the 9 spot in the batting order tonight, 3 hits, each with 1. Anderson with a single, Hall with a double, and now Navarro drops one in front of Nick Markakis to pick up the base hit.
3 hits in his last 4 at-bats for Navarro. 1 out, 1 on. And Marco Scudero, the batter. 0 for 4 in the game from the top spot of the Red Sox order. As he takes strike 1. In there for strike 2, and it's 0-2. Josh Reddick on deck for Boston with 1 out in the ninth. Outside ball 1, 1-2. John Lackey on the mound tomorrow night, 12-11 with a 4.63 ERA against Kevin Millwood, 3-15. Ground ball that'll get through into left field. The base hit. First hit of the night for Marco Scudero, and the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out in the ninth.
Marco so Scudero finding some green pasture between third and shortstop. Gets it out in that outfield grass for the base hit.
Two on, one out, and Josh Reddick to pinch hit for J.D. Drew. Drew tonight had been 0 for 4 in the game. At the .234 average, no homers and 4 runs batted in. Fly ball to left field. Back goes PA to the warning track to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Looked like that was going to get part of the wall, but Reddick is retired. 2 down in the ninth.
Yeah, slicing line drive that just kind of died out there in left field.
Two down in the ninth. Victor Martinez coming up. He has been on base 3 times in the game tonight. Walking twice, singling, and flying out to center field. To left field, PA going back to the warning track, and he'll make the catch that ends the ball game. So the Red Sox lose the first 2 games of this 3-game series against the Orioles, 9-1 in the game tonight. And tonight the Red Sox really could not do very much with Brad Bergeson, just getting the 1 run, and the Orioles offense with 9 runs and 13 hits.
Well, you know, you looked at Clay Buchholz's performance tonight, and I thought he pitched very well, but I also give credit to the Orioles because I think they picked up his pitch count, got his pitch count up there very high in this ball game early, and of course Ty Wigginton with a big home run slicing down Pesky's pole, and from that point on it was just tack on runs for the Baltimore Orioles.
We're back with more from Fenway after this.